Hello friends, today is Monday, June 16th. As I'm recording this, it is about 3 p.m. Pacific time. And wow, what a difference a couple days can make. Saturday, June 14th, Flag Day, an historical moment. Going into the future, we could imagine that Saturday, June 15th will be remembered as No King's Day. Because millions of people in the United States, the most reasonable estimate I've heard is 12 point some million. 12 point some million people turned out. Bravo. Excellent. And for all those people that did turn out, there are people that also were active in social media. And there were people active and out in Canada, Mexico, Europe, around the world in support of our voice. The American people clearly stood up and said, we will not have this. No kings, no dictator, no regime. The American people exercised their rights. You know, last week Gavin Newsom gave a couple speeches that were really excellent because he highlighted that government can't be counted on to save us. None of the branches are functioning properly right now, and the most important thing to remember is that the people are the government. If we're of a certain age, we can remember once upon a time when there was something called the Soviet Union and the Eastern Bloc. And it came time for the Soviet Union's weaknesses to eventually bring it down, and the bloc began to shatter and break away. The people of Czechoslovakia, which was a unified country at that time, came together en masse and filled the streets and jangled their phones, their keys. It's called the Velvet Revolution. What we're experiencing now in our efforts to end the regime, we can aspire to that kind of peacefulness because it was evident from everything that took place Saturday that we are ready for this, that we're not going to allow agitation or lies from the media or from the regime to scare us. It was evident in the fact that late Friday night into Saturday morning, the death count for this regime's lies and treason increased, and we were not dissuaded. We will not be dissuaded. We will not consent. Silence is consent, and very clearly we are not going to be silent. All of us have these things in our pockets, these phones, which give us the ability to reach out to the world. It's imperative now that we all do that. Doesn't necessarily mean you need to start a social media empire. Just needs you to add your voice. Just need you to use the phone, which is to communicate, right? If you don't want to make a social media video, just call up your friends and family individually and say, hey, how you doing? Right now, it's so important that we encourage each other and that we maintain community, because the effort that the regime is putting into trying to destabilize us with their campaign of mass terror is to shock us and to get us into a place where we cannot give voice to what we think and feel, where we're confused and silenced. And so all of us need to be very clear within ourselves that we can draw on the community. And all of us need to be very clear that we offer community, that we will encourage others to use their rights, to speak out against this regime, so that we can all eventually achieve that. How we get there, I don't know. We keep our eyes on the prize. That's how we get there. And we know from what took place Saturday that we have it. The people are the government. This isn't the first protest, but this is the one that history will remember. This is when it became clear. And we have to be heartened by the fact that given how many did participate in the joyous celebration of democracy, that the media could not lie about it. Because the anecdotal evidence people have in their lives would be contrary to what the media was saying if they tried to lie. People saw it, they experienced it, whether they were there in the protest, whether they were driving, as I was, and saw protests. And the first one I saw was in Crescent City. And I felt something I hadn't felt in the public space for a very long time, which was absolute joy. And in these days, it's so difficult because the emotions all of us are carrying around and feeling all the time are almost overwhelming. And most of us haven't felt joy in the public space for a while. So that was a magnificent thing for me personally, and I think for many of us, because it does give credence to us that we, the people, will not be silent. We do not give our consent, and we are going to end this regime and ensure that our posterity will enjoy the blessings of liberty. So I have, as I said, taken a little walk, sitting in a park, and trying to be certain that I communicate to my friends and family that I still encourage you to do this yourself. It's important. And if you don't do a social media thing, then just reach out to your contacts, your friends and family, and encourage those people to get active, because there are going to be other gatherings, other demonstrations. And we need to all open ourselves to the idea, at least, if we haven't participated, to becoming active and participating. These are our rights that they want to take away. These are our children's rights that they want to take away. And we only lose them in silence. Now's the time to speak your voice. Now's the time to join with all of your other fellow citizens and speak your voice. With that joyous feeling that we can at least touch now, we need to be energized into the reality that there are many people now who may have been on the edge. They might be a maggot, which is a Make America Great Again Trumper, who's become quiet, noticeably. They can't defend what they see. There's a gulf between the reality they are experiencing and what the regime is saying. And there are people that are waking up. We need to search those people out, and with empathy, kindness, and compassion, invite them to talk about what they are feeling. Offer them hope, because they've been fed a straight, steady diet of hate and fear for so long that they may not be able to feel it, to trust it. Offer that to them. Reach out to them, because more and more people from that group of people are going to start peeling off. They see it. They experience the reality. So it doesn't matter all the lies that the media trumpets out from the regime. We've got the wind in our sails now, right? I am so encouraged right now. And that is not in ignorance of the fact that we don't know how we're going to get there, but we've crossed a line that we needed to. We know we're gone now. No kings. 86:47. Go carefully, my friends. Spirit be with you.